You guys have been learning about transformation since at least 4th grade because I taught it when I taught 4th grade. So I know you know this, but we're just taking it to a higher 8th grade level, right?
Using emojis?
Well, this happens to have emojis as the example, but you can really use any figure, any shape, okay? So to transform a shape or figure means to change it. In general, we can change the size, location, and direction that figure is facing. The shape or figure before the transformation is called the pre-image or original. We might label it just with the letter A. The shape or figure after the transformation is called the image or new figure. We would label it with an A and an apostrophe, pronounced A prime. So what I showed my 3rd grade class when I did these fancy drawings up here, right? This would be my pre-image, right? Because there's no apostrophes. It starts out as a triangle ABC. When I reflect it, I get A prime, B prime, C prime. And if I translate it, meaning I shift it, then I have 2 apostrophes. If I did something else to it, how many apostrophes would it have? 3. So you can tell the order that the transformations happened based on how many apostrophes they have, right? So starting figure, no apostrophes, pre-image. Image, and then image, and then, but we know the order based on the apostrophes, okay? So that is something to keep in mind. I'm going to be asking you, what was my starting, what was my pre-image, what was my image when we work through this. So now let's look at the 4 types of transformations. This first one is a translation. Because the smiley face just shifted, right? The eyes are in the same place, the mouth is in the same place, it just slid from top right to bottom left. How do I know it went from top right to bottom left? How do I know that? Because the bottom left has the apostrophe, means it's the image. This does not have an apostrophe, that means it's the pre-image. So some keywords for translation are slide or shift, right? You were probably taught slide in 4th or 5th grade. Slide, flip, turn.
We don't remember this.
No. I actually don't even think we did that.
That's okay. Perfectly good time to learn it. All right, now if you look at these smiley faces, the little winky faces, you can tell that this is going to be a reflection because the open eye is now on the left instead of being on the right. So in the closed eye, switch spots as well. So just like when you look in a mirror, right? How many of you have taken a selfie and you're like, oh, I don't like the way my face looks from that side. But then like, if you flip the selfie, that's how you see yourself in the mirror and you're like, yeah, that looks right.
Oh my gosh.
Have you done that?
Do words flip whenever you look at them in the mirror?
It depends on what you have your settings on.
No, but like in the mirror. Because like I wrote on my shirt
Uh-huh.
and like I couldn't see what it said.
Maybe.
Is that thunder?
Can we go outside?
Let's go outside. Come on. I bet it's raining.
Yes,
You can open the blinds.
I want to wear
Yeah, it's raining.
It's supposed to thunder. Oh, possibility.
This is what's happening right now.
Ow!
Wow.
Caramel
Do you
just
have
hit
the
right now.
Weather Channel?
Oh my God.
This is the Weather Channel one. Yeah.
to stop in 24
Oh, me
About
too.
caramel is. What?
Yeah, it is.
I feel something, so it has to be.
Look at that tunnel. I don't care that you took. Oh, I didn't take it.
Okay. So some keywords for a reflection. You might say that they are a mirror of each other. Or we flipped the figure. This next one, you can tell that it rotated because the sunglasses are now in the opposite. They're no longer vertical, they're horizontal. This is a rotation. You might use the word turn or pivot. I don't know if any of you are fans, but there's an episode we'll watch tomorrow where they're trying to pivot a couch up the stairs.
Pivot and basketball.
Do you know that one with Ross? That's my favorite. I have a shirt with a couch on it that says pivot.
Is there a remote on there?
Okay. In this last one,
Can I pull that blind up?
sure.
I want to see.
The last one is dilation.
Having,
Yeah.
as long as it's not.
Turn off the lights.
No.
Can we go
Yeah,
outside?
lights on.
Can we go dance in the rain? Can we like?
Can I just try my light?
Like,
Irish.
Oh, look. So do her color guard.
Yeah.
Yes. I need
Okay,
one.
so
I need one.
we're moving on.
I didn't choose to read.
A dilation is when the figure either changes, it gets, please stop talking, Jackson. Thank you. Actually, why don't you come up, sit up here next to Evelyn? That'd be great. Thanks. Thank you. So a dilation is when the figure either shrinks, which is a reduction, or it grows in size, which is an enlargement. This one happens to be a reduction because our pre-image got smaller, right? So we have enlargement and we have reduction. So those are the 4 transformations. So think of it as like there's a box and it has the label transformation on the outside, and inside the box we have 4 different types of transformations. So what I want you to do right now is come up with a couple of real world examples of a translation, reflection, rotation, dilation on your own. So think of them inside and then write them down without talking to anybody around you.
Like write down what they are.
Write down what you think of, like think of 2 things in our real world every day that translate, or 2 things that reflect.
Language.
Don't put language because we have to talk about like an actual figure, right?
I don't know.
A tree.
Can we put math?
Guys, no. Okay, so for example, a translation is when you slide your chair back.
What about a microwave?
What?
A microwave for rotation.
The table, the little tray in the microwave? Sure. Perfect.
Okay, what shrinking grows?
Right?
Oh, that's for rotation, not translation.
Okay, so the microwave tray rotating, right? Another translation could be
Door.
What about
a door would actually be like because it's on a hinge, right? So it's a rotation, like opening a door. But if you have like a pocket door,
I'm thinking like a barn door.
a barn door, yep.
Wait, could a reflection be a door?
could reflection be a mirror?
Reflections are mirrors, yep. Someone last class period said like when you look over into a pool or onto water, you see your reflection. Tires rotate, right? The tires on your car rotate. And then dilations, if you think about when you have an eye exam, right? They sometimes put those drops and it forces your pupils to stay wide open so they can look in them easily.
My mom used to do like a job like that.
Mhm.
Yep. Like a nurse, like she checked out
Yep.
violations.
Yep. And then maybe when you guys were little, you took baths and on super fun days, and your parents would give you like a little capsule, and you put it in the bath, and then like it would grow up to be like a sponge, like a big dinosaur, like a dinosaur sponge.
Yeah, you can get it from Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. There's a guy.
Actually, she.
Right, the little dinosaurs that grow.
Great.
I'm saying.
No.
No. Great.
My boys were actually given one time that it broke open and it was like a little bath towel. Like it had.
Yeah, I've
Have you seen those?
Yep.
Okay,
Ow, what was that?
let's move on to the next page.
What was that?
Congruence. We're moving on. Congruence refers to whether or not the figure has the same size and shape after a transformation. Orientation of the figure refers to whether or not the figure is facing the same direction on the coordinate plane after transformation. Orientation of the vertices refers to the order in which the vertices are labeled, clockwise or counterclockwise. So we're going to look at each of the transformations and we're going to decide, are they same or different when talking about the size, orientation of figure, or orientation of vertices. So first we need to decide, what is this transformation? What happened here between A, B, and C and A prime, B prime, C prime? Yep, it's a flip or a reflection. Yep. We're going to try to stick to like the 8th grade words here.
I know.
So did the size change?
No.
Nope. But the orientation of the figure did, right? Because now it's like facing a different direction. So this would be different. And then the orientation of the vertices is different because this goes A, B, C clockwise, and this goes A prime, B prime, C prime counterclockwise. So that's going to be different as well. Transformation 2 is I heard it, translation. And the nice thing about a translation is that everything stays the same. It just shifts into a different location. Number 3 is a dilation. The size is different, right? Do we have a reduction or an enlargement? It is a reduction because A prime, B prime, C prime is smaller. Orientation is the same of the figure. Orientation is the same of the vertices. And then the last one, rotation. Size didn't change, but the orientation of the figure did, right? It kind of looks like it's upside down. But oddly, the vertices are still in clockwise order. A, B, C, A prime, B prime, C prime. You always go in alphabetical order if you're just given the letters. Do not lose this packet. We will continue this fun tomorrow.